You've got the branding, you've paid for the photographs, your website looks beautiful. So why is no one inquiring?
Do you want to know why? It's because pretty does not pay the bills. And if your website isn't converting, it's not doing its job. And we're about to show you what nearly every wedding supplier is missing on their website and how to fix it. We had a stylist inside WedPro CEO who had the most gorgeous website, full brand shoot, looks aesthetic, but her inquiries had dried up and she was really starting to panic.
We hopped on a call with her and within 5 minutes, we saw it immediately. There wasn't a clear call to action, no emotional hook, and her homepage said nothing about why she was different. We added in a headline, we rewrote her intro, and we tweaked that inquiry flow for her. And within a month, she was seeing a huge difference in inquiries. No redesign needed. Now, here's something that most designers won't tell you. People don't read websites like books. They skim in an F pattern. So they go from headline to subheading to image, then scroll.
So this means if your most important info is buried halfway down the page, it's gonna get missed.
Yeah, make sure your top section includes a clear, emotion-led headline, a one-liner about what you do and who it is for. And then before the fold, so that's before you scroll on your mobile, you need a visible call to action button. Something like check availability or let's chat, but please don't use those words and come up with something a little bit more original for your brand.
What we don't want to do is make them work for it. If they're confused, they're going to bounce and go and find somebody else who's got a more clear website. The first 5 seconds on your site should make them feel something, not just I take natural candid photos, because that's a given if you're a photographer, like we know what you do.
And so you want to reframe that. So try something like this instead. You deserve to feel fully present on your wedding day and relive every second, every smile, and every silly dance move for forever.
And that right there is the difference between a service and a story. And stories are what sell.
Most wedding suppliers' websites have one point of entry, the inquiry form. But what if somebody isn't ready to book yet?
That's a really good point. What you need to do there is give them a low commitment way to stay in your world. So a checklist, a quiz, a guide, anything that is going to get them on to your email marketing list so you can nurture them until they're ready.
We've seen clients add a lead magnet and suddenly start getting 10 to 15 leads a week without changing anything else.
Some real talk here. If your copy is trying to be cute and clever instead of clear, you're probably losing bookings there.
Yeah, don't say we create magical memories for soulmates in love. Like, what is that? It's a load of fluff, really. What you want to be saying is planning elegant, stress-free weddings for busy London professionals. I know exactly what it's saying.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's clear. That tells them what you do. Clever just makes you feel a little bit fancy. Clarity is what converts.
Yeah, people buy with their eyes as well. And they're asking, can I see myself in your brand, in your business?
So this means if your homepage is full of barn weddings, but you actually want to book city rooftop ceremonies, your dream clients are not going to connect the two. They're not going to see themselves.
Yeah, you want to be curating your homepage a little bit like a shop window. Show what you want to attract.
Another thing, don't just have one contact button buried in your menu. You want at least 3 call to actions across your homepage. You want a primary call to action in the hero section before the fold. You want a mid-page call to action after your offer or what you do or some testimonials. And then something further down the bottom of the page that's like still planning. Grab our free guide here.
Give people options. Not all of the people who hit on your website are ready to inquire today. Actually, more than 90% of people are going to leave without taking any action whatsoever. But they're usually ready to connect. So here's a quick exercise. Go to your About page and read it out loud.
Does it sound like you, or does it sound like a wedding magazine editor from 2008?
Yeah, your About page should feel like a conversation, not a bio. Swap award-winning supplier for words like, I'm the kind of person who will hold your bouquet, fix your necklace. Do all of those things before you walk down the aisle.
You want to let the couple fall in love with you and not your CV.
And this is what we see all of the time, don't we? We see About pages that are just like a CV filled with experience, and that's not connecting with your client. They don't care about that stuff. What they care about is what you can do for their wedding
It's
day.
actually a not about you page.
Yeah, not about you page. I like that. So if you want to improve your site today, here are 5 fast fixes that take less than 5 minutes each. 5 for 5. First, change your homepage headline to something emotional and specific. Secondly, add a call to action button above the fold. Thirdly, you need to be removing any images that do not match your client's aesthetic, and that's the ideal client's aesthetic. Fourth, you want to rewrite your about section to sound like a human being and not a press release. And 5, add in email marketing, a lead magnet form, and use something like Flowdesk to connect it all up in your footer or as a pop-up.
That's a really great tip there. You don't need a full rebrand for this. You just need relevance. If your website looks good but doesn't work, this is your sign to change it, because in this market, a clear, compelling website is your hardest working employee. And we do all these things in our business, so let's make sure they're working for us.
Yeah, if you're not capturing leads and converting the visitors on your site, you're going to be leaving money on the table, and that stops now. We've bagged you a really great offer from Flowdesk, and you can try it for free. You can use this to set up your email form, your nurture sequence that can nurture clients who may not be ready to book just yet on autopilot, and give your website a way to work harder. We recommend Flowdesk to all of our clients.
We do.
It's super, super easy to use. If you love Canva, you're going to love Flowdesk as well. You can go and check out Flowdesk for free for a whole month. And if you do decide to stick around, you're going to get 50% off for life if you decide to stick around and use our code below. Honestly, we've gone through so many email marketing providers out there, haven't we, Roxy? Some we've paid more than £200 a month for, and they've not been great. Flowdesk is definitely the best.
We only tell our audience and you guys out there listening about the things that actually work and actually solve problems in businesses. And Flowdesk is definitely one of those things.
Absolutely. If you're feeling fired up from today's video, tell us one thing that you're going to action off the back of today's video in order for you to be ensuring that your website is working harder.
Oh, and also don't forget to hit subscribe for more smart, honest wedding business strategy like this. And you know where to find us every single week.
See you in the next video.
Bye.